Welcome to the Smith Valley Midweek Coaches Show, where we, as we've done each week, talk and discuss last week's football game, and then in the middle of the show, go on and see what else is going on in Smith Valley athletics. We've got a few seasons winding up, we've got a few seasons that have kicked off, and some more that are about to kick off. So we got a lot to talk about today, but the first thing we'll do is we'll go back and revisit last Friday's bi-district football game, first round playoff game between Smith Valley and Madison. It was a home game. We were the high seed, and as per the newer rules, the high seed gets the home game. So we had a return engagement with the Madison Mavericks here at home, and we came out with a 35-25 win, which will allow us to move on to round two. So let's go back to that. And Coach Westford, Madison, as we suspected, didn't go down easy.
No, they didn't. They were in the playoffs for a reason. They fought in a tough district and made the playoffs, and have some really fine football players, very well coached, and right. Were a tremendous challenge for us.
They were, and they came out as we expected, ready to roll, as we were, but they stung us pretty quick. We made a mistake or two, and then they were able to capitalize on that. Had a short field due to a kicking game miscue, and then their offense, Coach Westford, we were able to stymie them week two, way back, I guess 10 weeks ago, but they came out and did a few things a little bit different and made some big plays.
Yeah, they made some adjustments, and they made some big plays on us. We gave up more explosives than I'd like to.
Right.
I thought our kids did a good job, though, of hanging in there and staying steady right. for the most part. And we got a couple of key stops in crucial situations. A couple of kids made big interceptions. Jackson right. Duffy got him one right there at the end zone, and then Tanner Donovan got him one and had a big return that led to a short field for us and kind of flipped the field into momentum a little bit.
Well, the bottom line of each drive is, how does the drive end? Does it result in points for them or takeaways? And you mentioned Jackson, the big interception right in the corner of the end zone when they're down in the red zone. And sophomore cornerback makes a big play. And then Tanner Donovan, as you said, senior safety, makes not only a great interception, but about a 40-50-yard return, and we were able to then, on the very first play after the turnover, flip that and run a reverse with Braden Bafetus and score a touchdown. And then we lengthened the lead there, but they wouldn't go away, huh?
No, they kept fighting. Every time we'd lengthen the lead, it seemed like they'd come back and make some big plays and right. and shorten the lead back. And that's some things we got to clean up this week. No
doubt. Offensively for the Rangers, Coach Hill, a little different maybe than we went into the game thinking. We kind of felt like, they would be in there tight trying to defend our run, forcing us to throw the ball downfield and outside, but they really didn't do that.
No, it came out of something a little bit different, which we've seen some this year from teams as we've gone out. But I thought our guys did a great job. We kind of sloppy, I guess you could say, but credit to Madison at the start of the game, kind of held us in check the first couple of drives, and thought our guys did a really good job of adjusting and coming back out after those first few drives with some points. Derek Mata connected with TJ Hunt on a big score in the end zone to take the lead going into the half. Then in the second half, I think we established the run game.
Right.
Like we said a few times on this show, that starts up front. Just our offensive line playing great, really intelligent group. Ty Stone, Nick Freeman, Britt Stoley, Colton Thomason, Alex Freeman, and Logan DeRazio. Kind of 6 guys rotating in there, did a really, really good job. Rushed for over 300 yards, which I didn't really realize until after the game, seeing the
right.
stats. Just seemed like some steady movement. I guess, very steady movement, just moving
right.
the ball up front.
Well, we kind of thought we'd have success throwing the ball outside and upfield, and they really kept spreading out. They spread out mm-hmm. their outside linebackers and safeties, and seemed content to take that away and force us to run the football. And you mentioned we were able to grind over 300 yards rushing, 3 running backs. I think our fans are used to seeing Travis McCracken, and Malachi Lane, of course, has been, but we busted a sophomore in there who ran for about 99 yards.
Yes, sir. Old Doug Lance came in there. He started the year playing some defensive line, and he playing a little bit of both ways, and he's been a running back here of late. Just brings a different dynamic to the offense. He's a really physical runner, but at the same time has some great breakaway speed and good vision. So it brings a whole other aspect to our offense.
Yeah, I think, as you said, those 3 tailbacks combined had great nights. Braden Bafetus, Kyler Clark on some jet sweeps and end arounds, reverses. So we did what we had to do to win, 35-25, and that pushes you on to round two, where this Friday night over at Texas State, Bobcat Stadium at Texas State University, we'll take on the Bowie Bulldogs. And we'll talk about that second round matchup. But first, let's bring in our assistant athletic coordinator, Melissa Miller. And she's going to tell us about what has happened and what is getting ready to happen and what soon will happen in the rest of the athletic world at Smithson Valley High School. So Coach Miller, take it away.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats to football on their win over Madison last week. This is the time of the year where we have so many things going on in Smithson Valley, and I'm so excited to be able to share so many different sports with you. Wrapping up a couple of seasons, first off, we want to say huge congratulations to our cross-country program, and more specifically to Schaefer Robertson, who competed in the state cross-country meet. We're so proud of him and how he represented Smithson Valley. So those kids are already back training, getting ready for next year, but we're so proud of everything our cross-country team accomplished this year. Also wrapping up was volleyball. Lost a tough 5-set by-district playoff game against Madison 2 weeks ago. Had a really successful season. Other than that, we're really proud of all the work that our freshmen and JV and varsity kids put in. We want to say congratulations to all of our seniors that are graduating and good luck at their next stage. Moving into sports going on, we've got our girls basketball program. They are currently 1-3 with a big win over Medina Valley. They participate in the SAISD tournament this weekend. Schedule's online. And then we need to give a huge shout out to Gabby Elliott. She was able to achieve her 1,000th career point last week. She's a huge part of our Lady Ranger basketball team, and I encourage you guys to come watch them. Moving into boys basketball, they just started their season. They had a tough loss last night against Jay High School here at home. They have another home game this Friday against Canyon here at Smithson Valley at 7 o'clock. We want to wish them luck and also wish them a healthy, fun, and successful season. Also getting started right now is our wrestling program. So Coach Clarkson's really excited about our wrestling program this year. We have over 80 kids in the program. You can actually find our JV team here tonight in their wrestling match at 5:30 at Smithson Valley. And then our varsity will be tomorrow at Johnson High School at 5:30. Last thing that's getting started, coming back from Thanksgiving break, both of our boys and girls soccer seasons are getting started. So I look forward to bringing you updates on those programs. And again, we're wishing them a healthy, successful, and fun season. Huge good luck to our football team this Friday as they take on Bowie at Texas State. Back to you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach Miller, and congrats to those teams as they've gotten started and some of their early successes, and good luck as we push forward into the next few weeks. Round two, as we mentioned, Bowie Bulldogs. We scrimmaged them actually in early to mid-August back, right as the season's getting started. I don't think they or us realized we might be playing again or getting together again, but we are. And as with most round two matchups, you would expect that you're going to have your hands full, and certainly Smithson Valley does that this week. Any average teams, above average teams, or slightly below average teams that happen to get into the playoffs are usually gone by now, and you're not going to play anybody other than really good teams, and we're certainly up against that this week. Coach Abels and his staff have been together a long time. They've got a long, proud tradition of success, but we don't usually run into the same circles. And here we are. We have a 9-2 record. They have a 9-2 record. We've lost to our narrow losses to some highly regarded teams with Judson and Steele, and of course their losses have been to Lake Travis and Westlake, who most people know about. So last Friday night in their by-district game against Round Rock, many people felt like Round Rock was the favorite. Apparently Bowie didn't get the memo. They not only won the game, but won it, I won't say convincingly, a low-scoring defensive struggle, 13-3, but not a lot of people saw that coming. And I think they now have shown everybody what we already knew, that they are a tremendously good, well-coached football team. And Coach Westerfer, let's talk about their offense. When we scrimmaged them back in August, they looked one way and had success, but they've shifted gears a little bit. And how do they look when you fast forward 3 months?
Well, they're quite a bit different than the scrimmage. In the scrimmage, they were spreading it out, throwing it a whole lot, and they're very balanced now, very multiple. They run the ball extremely well. They got a really senior-heavy offense, very experienced, well-coached, as you mentioned. Quarterback's solid. The running back, they got two running backs that they'll use. One's kind of a receiving, very multiple running back. And then they got a really hard running, good tailback. And they feature a couple of good wide receivers. Like you said, in the second round, They're very good, and they're here for a reason.
I hate that. I wish you could get in the second round and then play some, and then get you 2 or 3 bad teams in a row. Then you end up in the 5th or 6th round. But it's not worked that way yet, and it's certainly not working that way this week. And then defensively, Coach Hill, they held Round Rock, who was just so well thought of, and they held them to a single field goal, and I think they sacked their quarterback 6 times. What do they bring to the table defensively?
They're held them to 3 points, and they've been doing that all year, with the exception of their 2 mishaps, Lake Travis and Westlake. They haven't been giving up many points for 12 weeks now. So, they're really good defensive front. They have a 3-down defense, and they bring some pressure with some linebackers in different areas, and they just don't really give up many explosive plays. Some teams have been able to move it a little bit on them, but then they kind of buckle down and don't give up points. So we're going to have to finish some drives. We're going to have to find a way to generate some explosives and finish as we go.
No doubt. We get opportunities in the red zone, we'll have to capitalize. And, their kicking game is very good, have good kickers and punters, have had some big returns. There's just no area that you really can exploit. You're going to have to knuckle down and settle in for the 48 minutes or beyond if necessary, and do what you got to do to win a game as you move on through the playoff rounds. But we hope you'll be there. It's 7 o'clock kickoff, just like it's been all year. It'll be over at Bobcat Stadium on the campus of Texas State University. We'll be the visiting team, so our fans will be on the visiting side. And, we hope that you'll be there. If you can't be, as always, this game will be broadcast on the Rangers Network. And if you're not a subscriber and want to be one, you can text to the number on the screen and become one. Whether you're watching online or whether you're at the game, hope you'll support us. Go Rangers! We'll see you next time.